Morning sunshines, rise and shine and get the little sleepies out of the eyes. What a fabulous morning today is. And thank you for joining me on the Impact Show. This is your host, Todd Durkin, and I am super fired up today. You know why? Because I just finished my morning workout. My morning workout, there's nothing that could substitute a great workout. You know, I always talk about motions, lotion, and movement is medicine. The one thing we can control right now is, are we moving? Are we exercising? Are we training? And there's nothing like the early morning time. When we beat that sun up and we get moving, man, oh man, it sets the day in motion. And I always say this, either the day dominates you or you dominate the day. And today I want to talk about that exact mindset. As a matter of fact, I took a quick shower, had my bowl of oatmeal, a little bit of fruit on that bad boy, and I got right in here to my home office today because I love to record my podcasts when my energy is poignant, when it's on focus, and my energy is on fire. So today I want to talk about something that's been coming up quite a bit lately. I believe there's a lot of people who are struggling. A lot of people are struggling. It could be physically, you know, whether it's your knees or your hips or your back or your neck or your energy. But there are other people who are soaring right now. People whose business or lives are actually doing really, really well. Now, I find that the minority. I find about 80% of the people are really battling between parents who are homeschooling and possibly either potentially still furloughed off or working from home, and you're out of your sorts. I call it your rhythm. Your rhythm is disrupted, and you're still trying to find that rhythm. Today, we talk about struggling or soaring. I want to give you 5 different ways that I believe, 5 thoughts that I believe that can help you get through the struggle, where you embrace the struggle. Something that's called embrace the suck, where you can embrace the struggle and use this time somehow to get back on track, to find your rhythm so that you can soar again and you can find your energy again and you could start to feel like you again. Because, right, you ever have that moment like, man, I just don't feel like me. I need to get that energy back. So hopefully today's episode helps you win today, because part of the mindset we're going to talk about today from going from struggle to soaring is that mindset. So my 5 points, here we go, rock and roll time. Point number 1 when it comes to this right here today is, number 1, plead for overwhelming strength in overwhelming moments. Let me repeat, plead for overwhelming strength in overwhelming moments. Like when I say plead for strength, I believe it takes Herculean effort and strength today to get through some of the days that we really have to battle. And I don't care if you're a kid listening, you're an adult, you're a grandma, grandpa, like we got to battle more than ever before. But I want us to use words that are actually going to empower us, energize us. When we use words like manifest, create, energy, extraordinary. Matter of fact, say these words after me: opportunity, dream, work ethic, hardest worker in the room. Again, manifest, create, do, love, action, impact, mind right. These are all words that are going to change your language, change the wiring of your brain, which is actually going to provide that strength that we need when all of a sudden those 60,000 thoughts that you're having a day, that 80% of them aren't negative. So we've got to change that language, right? So when we plead for overwhelming strength, you know, there's a Bible verse. It's Proverbs 3:5. Matter of fact, I have my Bible in my hands if you're listening into this right now. And part of my morning routine, I just got done with a great workout, preceded by some time in the Word, just some quiet time. And one of my favorite verses of all time, Proverbs 3:5, trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your paths. So why worry? I just posted recently, 90% of the things that you worry about never happen. The other 10% you can't do anything about anyway. That's what this verse is talking about. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your paths. So when I say plead for overwhelming strength, I'm talking plead for it in the sense of you're praying for it. You're speaking language and words that are going to really light you up. Oh, I'm laughing right now because I just told you I'm at my home office. Of course, the landscaper's right outside, weed whacking right below the window here as I record the podcast. Plead for overwhelming strength because, hey, this is real talk. This is real stuff. And I always share it here on the Impact Show. That's what it's all about. We got to change our language, right? So use language that's going to empower you, lift you up on that. That's number one. Number two, envision your God-sized dream and reverse engineer it. Envision your God-sized dream and reverse engineer it. You may have heard me talk a lot recently about the GSD, your God-sized dream. Now, right now, as you're walking, you're working out, you're driving, whatever you're doing right now, you're doing the dishes, wherever you're listening to this, think about your GSD, your God-sized dream. Well, how do you find your GSD? You spend time thinking about it, praying about it, having quiet time about it, working out on it, asking for it to be revealed. Like, do you know where you're going? No, I don't know where I'm going. Okay, then spend more time with people who are lifting you up where you can listen to, how do I get the clarity for my vision of what I want? And what are you working on right now to get that clarity? So we talk about your GSD and reverse engineering that. We've got to forecast our vision to where we want to go. And then we've got to do things that will allow us to get there. I'm going to go back to the controllables again, because part of your GSD, don't forget, is making sure you do those little things that, like working out, like eating right, all of the things that are going to allow you, which leads me to my third point, which helps you with your God-sized dream. Right now, it's crucial that we amp up our high performance habits. As I'm speaking here, I'm going to talk right over the landscaper outside because you're going to laugh. You're going to be out in the neighborhood and laughing. You're like, wow, she's out laughing. Whatever she's listening to, or he's laughing. What's he listening to? Like TD's podcast. That's what it's all about. So amp up your high performance habits. What does that mean? Folks, you've heard me talk about it. You've heard 1,000 times. What are your best habits? What are you doing? The bottom line is this. Your habits are an everyday thing. It's a discipline. It's a discipline to do the little things every single day, the things you can control. You can control if you're working out today. You can control, contrary to what some people believe, what you eat today. All of these things are controllable. If you spend any time in prayer is a choice, what you're listening to. So what are your high performance habits? What are the things with your WLWL when life works list? What are you doing, or what do you need to do to make sure you amp up your high performance habits so you can be in the upper 10% of the folks who are operating today despite chaos and craziness all around us? So a few things. These are some of my best habits right now. But I want you to make sure you take some of mine and tweak them to make sure you fit you. Number one, on my best habits right now, not turning on my phone during the workout, before the workout or during the workout. So it's like my morning time is typically now I've actually increased my morning holy hour to 90 minutes because I need more time between quiet time and between the workout time. That's number one. Number two, 30 minutes of learning or growth every day. And that includes podcasts. So for me, it's 30 minutes. It could be listening to podcasts like you're listening right now. It could be reading great books, which I've got like 6 different books on my nightstand upstairs and down here in the home office. It could be some online learning. Commit to growth, right? You can only go as far as you grow. So what are you learning right now? There's tremendous opportunity for growth right now, personally, professionally, spiritually, however you want to grow. Continue to grow. For me, it's 30 minutes a day. Number 3, train most days of the week. I don't know about you, but I know this. The days I don't train, I'm off. I'm off kilter. I'm not on track. And when I say train, it doesn't mean I've got to crush myself every day. It could be literally going out into the home garage and getting some foam rolling, doing some yoga, and getting some gentle movement and some calisthenics, and just to get the blood flowing. And 18 minutes in, I'm like, you start to get that, I call it that buzz, and all of a sudden it starts to kick in. Sometimes it's an all-out 45 to 60-minute barrage where I'm getting 800 calories and 150 MEPs on the My Zone. But that's about 4 or 5 days a week. The other two days a week, moving. Could be a walk with the Jersey dog. But for me, it's a WLWL, morning time. Now, you're like, do you have to work out in the morning? No, you don't have to work out in the morning. Matter of fact, some people have better workouts in the afternoon or the evening. I teach a 6 p.m. class that's crowded with people who need to burn stress off after a long day. Fantastic. The bottom line is you need to get it in. For me, if it doesn't get done in the morning, it's probably not going to work. I love the morning time. I love before the sun comes up. Y'all know that. I put that gray hoodie on. That sun ain't up yet. I'm like, hoo-hoo, yoo-hoo. Yeah, you know who it is. Rise and shine, sugar pie. So that's what it's all about, baby. Number 4 out of 5. For me, it's creating focus bubbles. Like right now, I'm in a focus bubble. It's 90 minutes, 90 minutes, 2 times a day where I'm turning everything off, notifications, emails, phones off, and I'm going to do my best work. Like right now, as I record this is considered for me a focus bubble. This will be about 30 minutes long or so, this episode. So I've got different episodes I'll create in that focus bubble. Find your time, whether there's an hour, 2, 3 hours a day, where you can really focus on the work that's going to most move the needle in your life. Now, if it's relationships, that means you're actually spending time with your spouse or your kids, and you're turning the phone off, and you're not on your social media, not on Instagram, and the things that some of us love to do. It's focus bubble. It's all about me and you, baby. Right now, I'm speaking with you one-on-one as I'm focused on the task at hand. Stay focused, and great things are going to happen. And for me, the 5th one I just put here is tune out energy vampires. Ooh. Can I get an amen on that, by the way? Are there any energy vampires in your periphery? Like maybe they're not in your inner circle, but you can feel them, sense them, smell them. Energy vampires smell right now really bad. So when it comes to energy vampires, you must be careful that they don't get in your dome. Now, the energy vampires can also appear on social media, and they're contagious. And you start worrying too much about what those vampires are saying on your social media. Oh, that's dangerous, right? So we've got to make sure that we, number 1, remove any energy vampires from your life if you've got any physically in your life, or on social media. If there are people you need to unfriend or unfollow, then do that. If they're not serving your purpose and mission at hand, then get rid of them. So my friends, amp up your best habits. And there's my weed whacker. Very good. I should call this episode Struggling, Soaring, or a Weed Whacker. So, man, love that. Love it, love it, love it. Amp up your best habits, and great things are going to happen. Find what best habits for you. And by the way, the rest is very, very important, even in the evening. So if you find that your personal routine in the evening needs to improve, then dial into your evening routine. I've shared about that on the podcast before. Number 4 is when it comes to struggling or soaring, and I think this is a big one. If you are struggling right now stick with me here. If you're struggling, I want you to serve more. I want you to serve more. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean more people. It could be just the people who you are serving. Continue to dive into who you are serving, right? So there's a few quotes that I have that I really, really love when it comes to serving, because right now I believe that if we can serve more, we can be more fulfilled, we can be happier, we can enjoy more of life. We've always talked about, whether it be a client or a member or a teammate or someone in your life, they don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. How can you express your care and love even more right now? It said, if you want to lift yourself up, lift someone else up. Winston Churchill says, we make a living by what we get. We make a life by what we give. What are you giving? That makes a life. What are we giving right now? But out of all of these quotes, I love Gandhi's quote. I love Gandhi, by the way, man. I love Gandhi. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in serving others. Let me repeat that. The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in serving others. My friends, right now, at this very, very moment, as you listen to this, ask yourself the question, who can I serve today? And how can I best serve them? Who is it? One of the things I've been doing for the last couple months is I think about who are 3 people that I can text right now. And it typically comes right after my morning routine. So I've stretched out when I'm all done, and I've got my phone. I turn that phone on and I text 3 people randomly, and I serve them either with a crazy video or the motivational quote whatever it may be on that. And I want to pour into them. Also, I want to make sure I adhere to at least one leadership meeting per week. I don't know why a few months ago I slipped away with, it was just kind of chaos and crazy of not having that inner circle, my leadership team. So at least one leadership meeting per week. And many times here recently, it's 2 leadership meetings per week for both Todd Durkin Enterprises and my Gym Fitness Quest 10. And then I'll spend more of my time in the afternoons on coaching calls with either my mastermind or my impact coaching, whatever it may be. But right now, number 4, when it comes to soaring, serve more. Serve more and watch what it does for your life and for your happiness and your fulfillment, so that all of a sudden your struggle now is focused on the serving. Last one, number 5. How could I have an episode here today when it comes to struggling or soaring and not talk about get your mind right? Yo mind right, not your. Get your mind right. So right now, say, get your mind right. No. Get your mind right. I was sharing this with my middle school strength kids the other day, and they're like, get your mind right. I was like, I don't feel you when you say it like that. I don't feel you when you say, get your mind right. I want to feel from your soul, get your mind right. You feel the difference from right now? Get your mind right. So you feel me on that. You can feel me through an audio right now as you're listening in versus you got to get your mind right versus you got to get your mind right. Feel the difference? That's called soul. So get your mind right, get your soul right, all of those things. Well, how do you do that? I talked about it earlier on about embracing the suck. Embrace the struggle, man. Like right now, we got to embrace that. I know back in 1995 when I blew up my back, 3 herniated discs, spinal stenosis, degenerative back disease, left motionless on a football field in Aix-en-Provence, France, with a football career that was over and having to really find a new dream. One of the things that my sister Patty, I still remember, like I was fighting. She said, you got to embrace the pain. You got to welcome the pain into your body and stop fighting it, embrace it and learn from it. That wisdom has never left me, because right now, how do you embrace what's going on and say, come on now, teach me. What can I do to transform what's going on into the new dream, what's being created right now? So whatever that may be, whether you permit yourself to simplify your life, perhaps you need to eliminate. Many times you add by elimination. Makes sense? Sometimes you have to reduce or eliminate sugar from your diet, and then you add in prosperity of energy. Sometimes you eliminate alcohol, period, from your life, and all of a sudden you now can go to sleep and sleep better and wake up refreshed and feeling good because of some elimination, some choices that you made to reduce or eliminate certain habits of your life, whatever they may be. And then now stick with me here when it comes to get your mind right. You ever wake up in the morning, you're like, oh man, my leg hurts, my back hurts, man, I don't know, I'm not going to work out today. There's a name for that inner voice. And that female dog that's on your shoulder right now, that you know what I'm talking about, will flick that thing off. We'll flick it off and get your mind right and do what you've got to do to get your mind right, so you get your body right, get your soul right, and get your mind right. Because now all of a sudden when you do that, right, now you're like, okay, I start to soar at higher and newer levels. So my friends, today, those 5 things, I believe, the struggle's real. I understand it's there, but you don't have to accept it under the terms that are currently being conditioned to you by the media, by the news, by a mandate, by a government official, all of the things on the outside. No. Stop. In your head, in your mind, get it right, get it tight, and get that mind right. Plead for overwhelming strength. Make sure you envision your God-sized dream and remember where you're going. Your mission and your purpose should drive you every day, because when you 3, dial in and amp up your best habits, your high-performance habits, the things that are going to allow you to operate at your truest and best self. When you show up for anything that you do, you're operating at your best self. And then serve. Continue to serve and serve and serve. And guess what? I know it's tiring, but guess what? It's also energizing, because you're changing people's lives. And then lastly, get out there and get your mind right. My friends, I hope you enjoyed today's episode, all about struggling or soaring. I want you to make sure that today you choose to soar through today. Do the little things it takes. And I promise you that today is going to be a winning day. So go out there today and train hard, eat right, live inspired, and create impact. Oh yeah, and get your mind right. Woo-hoo-hoo. Man, I'm feeling good, man. I hope you're probably ready for some more, aren't you? Yeah, well, you can keep listening to any of the previous episodes. If you have not given us a 5-star rating yet, please drop over to Apple, to iTunes, to Spotify. Make sure we get a 5-star rating, and please write us a review if you have not done that. That's one of the best ways that you can help us. And speaking of help, if you would like some more coaching in your life, and you want to go from struggling to soaring on an everyday basis, there's some opportunities that exist right now. 2 different opportunities. If you're a fitness professional, if you're a coach and you're a trainer, obviously my mastermind, I've been doing that for 12 plus years, since 2007, 13 years now in the mastermind program. But if you're someone who's a fitness enthusiast, weekend warrior, you're a high performer who wants the best out of life right now, and no more excuses, it's time to take action, I would love the opportunity to help you. It's a 60-day coaching program launching this October 18th. It's called Impact Coaching. Impact Coaching. An impact coaching designed to help you in your business, your leadership, your personal growth, and yes, even in training the body, mind, and the soul. Check it all out at todddurkin.com. And if you are someone who would like to someday do some more coaching, the impact coaching, I've got my new Todd Durkin Impact Coaching certification, and that is on November 21st. So if you want to be in the first round, if you want to be a pioneer in the Todd Durkin Impact Coaching certification program, then sign up today. All of the details are over at todddurkin.com. Check it out, and you could be not only a fire-breathing dragon mind right maniac, you could be someone who helps deliver even more impact to the globe who so desperately needs it. Again, check it all out over at todddurkin.com. That's www.todddurkin.com. Have an incredible day. Don't forget, get out there and get your mind right.